Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Figured I'd do what I did last time, where I went back and revisited some old takes. Not for a gotcha, not to be like, oh, haha, you're wrong or anything like that. Just to mix it up a little bit. It's the holiday, having fun. Don't know what everyone has going on for Thanksgiving. I know in the past I've had times where I've had nothing to do. I either had to work or I was just thousands of miles away from my family, so I was completely alone. Just is what it is. And so whether you have something going on, whether you have nothing going on, and you just want some content, want something to watch, to take part in, figured I'd make something so you guys could have something to watch, to interact with. And I've already, if you're watching this video, I've already recorded and posted a couple other videos doing the Mahomes Mountain, doing Collins AFC and NFC bold predictions, all that fun stuff. And now we're doing Nick's tiers heading into week 1. We got some gems here. We got some gems. Like the Colts at the very bottom with the Saints and the Panthers at the way bottom. They're not at the way bottom, but especially the Colts. Get your act together, Arch. Get it together, Arch. He's saying that the Colts are so bad, they're going to be again Arch Manning, which I don't know about that either. But the Colts, the Kansas City Chiefs, the 3-time defending AFC champs, needed overtime to beat that terrible team. I don't know. Interesting. Oddly trendy. The Seattle Seahawks just does not believe in Sam Darnold and that Seattle Seahawks team, who then eventually, a couple weeks ago, made it to the way top of the tiers. You literally saw them as the best team in the NFL. Pretty fascinating. The Minnesota Vikings obviously struggling. The Dallas Cowboys, have they got their act together right now? They're certainly not as bad as the Las Vegas Raiders, that's for sure. I think we know that. The Commanders are obviously injured, but they're better than the Commanders. They're better than the Minnesota Vikings. I'd probably take them over the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, even though the Jags are in the playoffs. And the Raiders. I think the Raiders have been officially eliminated, according to Nick as well. So he had them winning making the playoffs in second in the division. They did not. They might have the second worst record in the NFL, maybe even the worst record in the NFL when it's all said and done. But they are not second in the division. They are not making the playoffs. The New England Patriots, look how low that team is. Look how low that is. Below the 49ers, below the Chargers, below the Bengals, below the Bears, below the Texans, the Bucks. They beat the Bucks. Below the Rams, the Packers, etc., etc. But look how far below they are than the Bills. They beat the Bills. Crazy. And still not believing in those Broncos. The Chargers, they got decimated with injuries, so what are you going to do about that? And Bengals, Joe Burrow's obviously not playing. The 49ers, they got hit hard with injuries, and they're still staying afloat. Pretty impressive. And the Texans, I don't know. It's so hard to figure out what's going on with Texans, especially because they started winning a few games now with Davis Mills and CJ Stroud going out. So you're just like, I don't know. How do you entirely make sense of that right now? I don't know. You can't. It's a little tricky right now. A little tricky. And the Chicago Bears obviously have a lot of momentum going. Got the game on Friday against the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll be quite telling for sure. Dangerous in the dance, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think so. I do not think so. They are also now obviously injured. They got off to a nice little hot start, but they started fizzling out as the weeks went on. But now, of course, the injuries have piled up, and Baker Mayfield's not healthy, so that's a tough one. It is interesting to see him have the Los Angeles Rams. He's been pretending like he's been believing Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams from the jump, yet he's had them below the Packers, had them below the Lions, had them below the Washington Commanders, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, and now he's been talking like he's like, I told you Stafford and the Rams were going to be elite and special and the top team in the NFL. It's like, what? You have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You had them 9th. You don't get to claim the Rams as your team. Get out of here. you thought the Lions were going to take a big step back, which was, which was fair, but you had them below the Lions. Doesn't make sense. But then weirdly enough, he had the Bucks making the Super Bowl, but then they're worse than the Lions and the Packers. I don't know. I don't get it. And again, Commanders injured. What are you going to do? Now the Packers are injured too, but even when they were healthy, they didn't seem quite what they were supposed to be. A little tricky there. Lions are definitely going through some coaching issues as well, and some injuries. Everyone's kind of going through some injuries right now. The Bills, they have not really played like the top three team, and neither of the Ravens. Again, obviously injuries as well. And the Kansas City Chiefs, were they ever in second place? Were they ever a top 2 team throughout the course of the season? I'm not sure if they were once. Not once. Maybe going into the season, but as soon as week 1 happened, no. Have they even were they ever technically in the playoffs? Were they ever technically at least the 7 seed? I don't know. You have to look at that week to week. My gut tells me they were probably technically, they have never officially been in the playoffs. Like if the season ended in week 4 or week 2 or week 9, like I don't know if they were ever technically in the playoffs. Philadelphia Eagles, they were at the top of the NFC. Then they just lost to the Cowboys, obviously, and so now they're second. Don't know if they deserve to be at the top of the tiers right now. I could understand why they deserve to be at the top of the tiers going into this season, but definitely not right now. The way how their O-line has been playing, their run game has been going, offensive coordinating issues. So we'll see how that continues to unfold. But yeah, listen, it's not the worst tiers, but you could just see like again, the ones that really stick out to me the most are little things like the Seahawks and the Colts. It's just really funny considering how great they've been, how successful they've been. Yeah, just even the Panthers sneaking on by. I'm curious where the complaints are right now. Nick's love for Trevor is a giant blind spot. What's he want to move the New York Giants up there and bring down Trevor? Trevor has not been good. The Jags have found ways to win some games, but yeah, it's not because the Prince who is promised is making moves. Mangini was really feeling the Giants. The Giants just became the 8th team since 2009 to outscore their preseason opponents by at least 60 points. Of the previous 7 teams, 6 made the playoffs. 2 won the Super Bowl. Averaged 11.1 wins. Russell Wilson was the QB for 2 of the 7. That's actually kind of crazy. I don't remember that. Russell Wilson is not the quarterback of the New York Giants, and Russell Wilson did not look good with the New York Giants. He had that one game against the Dallas Cowboys, and then he blew it. So no. What's Brew got? Raiders need to move down. He was right. He was absolutely right. He was saying, Gino, and he was right. He was 1,000% spot on. Attaboy Brew. My guess is, without even looking at it, Wilds is going to say something about the Patriots. Oh, so the Raiders need to move down. The Steelers need to move up. That is also correct. Again, Brew, have yourself a day with the predictions. It's got to be the Patriots. No? Well, wow, it's Panthers over Jags. No. He was right about moving the Panthers up, but not over the Jags. Panthers are obviously clearly better than the company that they keep there. Clearly better than the Saints, the Browns, the Titans, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Giants, right? Like they definitely deserve to be up, moved up weirdly enough. But yeah. Did the Panthers lost to the Jags week 1, I assume. So yeah. There you have it. Not the worst tiers. maybe one of the better tiers going without going into without actually no, for some reason these feel weirdly less biased and more grounded with a few glaring mistakes, like the Broncos way too low, obviously, the Colts way too low, the Seahawks way too low, the Chiefs way too high. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. It feels like if you checked a little bit of the bias, you would have been able to elevate the Colts. You would have been able to elevate the Seahawks, and then these could have been a lot more accurate, a ton more accurate. Could have been pretty spot on. That's why you got to check your bias. You gotta be careful. You can't confirm your own biases. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What'd you guys all think about Nick's tiers, his first tiers of the 2025 season? Again, none of these are meant to be gotcha or anything like that. Just all supposed to be in the name of fun and Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.